What's up, everybody? This your girl Q Wine, and I am back. I almost forgot my name. With Family of Fiance, season 4, episode 2. Sonia and Michael. She works hard for her money. Y'all, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. Woo, this. Listen. I really love Family or Fiance. This was a little bit triggering, like last week. This kind of gave me some tears. I will do my best without tearing up. But it's good. It's really, really, really good if y'all like really just sit there and you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. So apparently Sonia and Michael been together for 3 years. Communication is a huge issue. He definitely avoids confrontation. He said his grandfather told him never to argue with a woman. And I think that is the most annoying statement men tend to tell other men. And I guess it goes back into that happy life, happy wife, psychobabble bullcrap. Because people do not know how to have healthy discussions. And sometimes when you're talking to someone and you're trying to have a healthy discussion, they see conflict. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Apparently, Sonia has been holding in a lot, and that hurts my feelings to hear her say that. Sonia and Michael have been engaged for a year now. Sonia says that Michael don't contribute in the house. He does, but not in other ways that she need him to. So Tracy tells them both that they don't like what's being communicated to one another. So they both are saying to each other that they don't like the communication that's being displayed to one another. Michael, she asked him, what do they do for a living? Michael is a HVAC technician, and he has his own small business. Sonia is a special services director. She owns a body language spa, and she's the owner of Bridal by Sonia Castleberry. She works every day because she's trying to feel secure. She also works because she don't like relying on anyone, and she basically can't rely on her partner. She doesn't want to rely on anyone in a partnership. Sonia says she sees more potential in Michael than Michael sees in himself. Tracy says to family members, them seeing that Sonia cannot relax and be supported, it looks like a red flag to them. It looks like, man, she doing all of this, and what are you doing? And so it causes, not only does it comes off as a red flag, it's the family carries a resentment towards the person who's not helping their loved one. Anyway, so we find out from Sonia's family, her mom Pat is coming, her dad Bernard, and her best friend Jordan. On Michael's side, his mom Kim, his grandmother Doris, and his daughter Janiyah. And I would like to say this. Behind every lazy man is sometimes his bald-headed mama, but sometimes his ski-ball-headed grandma. Okay? Keep that in mind. Whew! The enabling that they do not see, the way, the enabling. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry. Anyway, Michael says that he and his daughter relationship isn't the best. Her mom passed away when she was 12, and she was living with him. I really don't know what was the breakdown We got a little bit in that, and we'll talk about that later. But I wonder if there was some, pushback from her when she was living with them, and I don't know, it probably became a lot. So Sonia's task is the budget breakdown, and then Michael's task is the 20 questions. So in the confessional, Jordan doesn't think that they're equally yoked. And my other question is, after 3 years of dating, being engaged for a year or a year and a half, how is it that your mother and father, is just now meeting this man? They are just now meeting him after 3 years, and you guys live together with your son, unless y'all live in separate states. I make that make sense to me. That's insane. That's insane. So Doris, grandmother of Michael, says Sonia is overbearing, and she expects more from Mickey, which is Michael's nickname, financially. Ma'am, and this is his problem. Doris is a big ass problem. Doris is an enabler. I don't care how old Doris is at this moment, not in this review. Okay? Doris has enabled Michael to the point where he won't even allow himself to be. It's just like he's under her thumb, but not trying, like y'all, not trying to be. I don't think he intend on being it. It's just, she just enabled him not feeling like he has to do more for a woman. And the fact that you think that this woman is overbearing. You stepped in a relationship with a woman who requires a lot. You probably made it seem like you could give this woman a lot, knowing you can't give this woman what she needs. So now that she's asking from you what she needs from you, you can't ball up, you can't balls up, you can't man up, you won't man up. So then you fall into this thing where you're like, I don't think I can do it. Yeah, you can do it. You don't want to do it. Okay? Let's call a thing. You didn't have to do it because Doris, old pissy pamper ass, I'm sorry, honestly. I'm sorry. Pissy pamper ass lady done it for you. And so now you won't even show up as a man because you keep showing up as a damn child. If I'm wrong, drop it in the comments. It's pissed me off, okay? Anyway, Anaya wants to fix the relationship with them, with her and with her dad. And I think this was just upon meeting. Jordan, basically, let me tell y'all something. Everybody needs a Jordan, baby, because Jordan is on Michael's neck. But let me also say this. Jordan knows a lot because Sonia has told him a lot. Sonia may not have a lot of friends because she works. And I'm pretty sure Michael is not just her bestie, but I would like to say Michael probably works with her. And they have created this brother and sister relationship. Now, let's be clear. Jordan doesn't want her. Jordan wants what she wants. I think he likes boys. That's all I'm saying. He doesn't like her husband. He just likes boys. Anyway, and so he has this protection of Sonia as if that is his sister. He's taking her on as his sister. And he knows that in some ways Michael isn't good enough for his friend. And now when I tell y'all Jordan is on Michael's neck, don't give a good goddamn. Okay? And everybody needs one of them. So yeah, Jordan knows a lot because Sonia has confided in him about this relationship. Um, the question was asked, how do you feel about Sonia working so much? I don't know who asked this question. Anyway, I think they were with Tracy. So she says she needs him to give 1,000. Oh no. They were doing the question segment. Jordan, whoever wrote that question down as Michael, how do you feel about Sonya working so much? He said, sorry y'all, he said that he didn't like it. He gave some regular as answer, okay? So she needed him, in her portion, she felt like she needed him to give 1,000 additional dollars, and she wants him to be able to step away. She wants to be able to step away from at least one of her jobs. And when she comes home from her job, he's on a video game. And he's not just on a video game for like an hour. He's on the video games for hours. When you can be taking this time to clean up, to cook, or to pour into your small business. His grandma has admitted that she's enabled him. She has given him, apparently, no one knew except for him and his grandmother, that he gave her she has given Michael $7,000. Michael has not started paying his money back. His grandmother don't intend for him to pay this money back. She says that then we find out that Kim, which is his mama, and Doris is paying his insurance. And Sonya was just like, what? Like there is so much dishonesty all in this one segment. Like what is happening? What is happening? And so we get to the table. Everybody's, they're cooking dinner, and everybody sits down this is the scene where everybody's at the table discussing, the games that they were, playing with the families. So everybody's at the table discussing, sorry, I'm trying to see what I wrote. My bad, y'all. My notes be noting sometimes. They discuss him saying, he said that instead of me being on a video game for 5 hours, I will go from 5 to 2 hours. His mama and his grandmother was like, you need to cut it down to 0. So Michael hasn't been doing what he's supposed to make sure his business is moving. Like, he hasn't been doing his part to make sure that his business is moving, because he spends so much time here that he makes no time for the things that really matter to actually help this woman out. So Michael says he values his grandmother's opinion, and she has enabled him. Jordan don't want Sonya to take on additional issues with Michael. I think basically Jordan doesn't want her to marry him. That's a lot. Michael feels like everyone was attacking him. And again, when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're always going to be in defense mode. You're going to always be in defense mode because you're not doing your part, and you know it. You don't like to be held accountable because you haven't. Again, mom, pissy ass pamper grandmother, okay? He doesn't like how everyone's attacking him, but they are absolutely trying to hold you accountable, but he doesn't see that. So Tracy says, they get in the meeting with Tracy. Tracy says, when people are dysfunctional in money, they're very vague about money, and their vagueness is how they stay dysfunctional. Tracy asks Sonia how much more she wants Michael to contribute. And she says $1,000. Tracy asks, will he be able to do that? And he said he can do more. He just have to get off the game and do it. I was like, okay. So he said he just have to get off the game and pour more into his business. Michael says he do cook and clean, but it's just not as consistent. And it was just a face that Sonia was making. It was like, I hear you. And I think because she heard it so much that you are saying these things, but I just can't believe it until I really see a lot of progress. And Tracy asked Sonia, can she accept Michael where he is? Sonia says no. This is where she begins to cry. And ultimately, y'all, she is crying because she knows deep down that she needs to end this relationship. But because of the time, the space, and all of these things, you always put ahead of yourself. You put above all else, above me. I'm going to use the excuse of time, space, and energy that I share with this person above me, and I'm going to stay in something that is not serving me. It's not, sir. I mean, he's trying, but not to the point of, not to what she wants. Again, unequally yoked. This is not a yoked situation. He doesn't want to pull his weight. And why do I have to make you pull your weight? Why do I have to make you tap into a business that you've created? Why? Why do I have to tell you to get off the game? Why? Why do I have to come home after having 2 businesses and a job and having to clean up? Why do I have to ask of these things? Why? When I tell you this lady was crying, she was crying, but she knew, I think deep down she knew that she needed to end this relationship. It needed to end. It had to. So Michael says he tried, but maybe it's not enough. See, it's that defeatist attitude that Michael has. And so you have his mom. Well, not really his mom, because to me, I feel like his mom gets on to him. I want to say he probably had this relationship where his mom would say something to him growing up, and his grandmother would be like, don't talk to him like that. Again, PC Pamper has probably stepped in so many times and said something that she shouldn't have. that instead of allowing this lady to raise her kid. I don't know. Anyway, I also would like to know, how is it that he's so close to his grandmother unless his mom was not around? You know, she wasn't around how she needed to be around. So therefore, him building this close-knit relationship with his grandmother. Anyway, Tracy tells him to talk to his daughter because they need to operate. They need him. His daughter and his fiance needs him to start operating into an adult space. And this is what is happening with a lot of people. A lot of people think that they're operating in adult spaces, but they're not. They're still operating in an adult body, in a kid-like space. They're operating as children in adult bodies. Anyway, we meet Dr. Ellie. Dr. Ellie is a mental health specialist. I want to say she said she was a life coach. So Janiyah and Michael sat down with Dr. Ellie. Janiyah says that she doesn't like talking to anyone about her feelings. He regrets not getting her help after her mom passed away. Janaya expressed that after her mom died, she did not want to move with her dad. Up until Janaya was 12, Janaya has always had her mom. And I think, if I'm not, and I could be wrong, but I think her probably living with his dad and another woman, she probably had resentment from her stepmom, because when your mom died, you don't want to be around other people and their mom, and it's hard to see somebody else as a mom figure when you've lost your mom. And I think everybody kind of goes through that, especially when you and your mom are really, really close. I don't know why her and her dad haven't been close, and maybe because they lived in two separate states and he wasn't available to her, because again, they didn't go deep. It's just that this girl she does not want to deal with her dad. She's kind of like the last episode where you seen that girl just dead in the eyes, and she doesn't want to have a relationship with her dad. So Janaya talks about what happened when her mom died. And Janaya said she was there when her mom passed away. She said her mom had an asthma attack and she called the ambulance. She said she didn't know how to use her mom's equipment, her mom's machine, to help her mom. And so the ambulance 911, whoever, asked her to turn her mom over and give her mom CPR. Again, she's 12. I don't know how to do these things. She said she was scared to touch her mom. So when her mom passed away, she blamed herself. Y'all, the way that girl sat there and cried, I was like, I had to pause it. I was like, yeah, no. Ooh. And she carried that with her. She carried that that pain and that guilt with her. So Dr. Ellie told Janaya that she is suffering with survivor's guilt. It is when you witness someone die, even if you had nothing to do with it, even if you had nothing to do with it at all, you feel guilty, like, why am I here? She tells Dr. Ellie that she did what she could. Dr. Ellie tells Janaya, as a 12-year-old, you did what you could. You called someone. You are 12. There are no 12-year-old medical professionals. And she asked Janaya to learn to extend compassion to herself. She also tells Janaya that it wasn't her fault. Just to carry this on your shoulders is a lot. So that's a lot of anger. That's a lot of grief. That's a lot. You had to watch my mom die. I had to move from one place to another. I called the police. I called for help, and they tried to get me to help in something I don't know how to do. So now I feel responsible. So in this moment, Michael hugged her. He really hugged her. She just cried and cried. And I was like, okay, I get it. So Michael asked her, hey, what can we do different? Do you want to, go to the movies? We can go on trips. We can. And Janaya was like, no, I don't want to do any of those things. I just want to be able to talk. I was like, whoa. Like, that said a lot. That said a lot to me. But, Janaya just seemed like I'm just a simple person. I just want to talk. And then we can probably grow from there. I think he thinks if they do something extravagant and big, that'll get her attention. No, just some things are just as simple as, I just want to talk. And so he was like, okay, we can start doing that. I just need you. If I need to talk, I'll just, I'll come to you. So then Michael goes to Sonia. He goes into the bedroom, and Sonia's in the bed. He's sitting next to her and says, he reassures her that he's a changed man, that everything is going to be better in the future. And the way Sonia was looking at him once again was like, I hear you and I receive what you're saying. She didn't say this, but this is just her energy. I hear you. I receive what you're saying, but I need to see. I need you to see. I need to see. So I don't know why I put Miss Doris is okay with enabling Michael. She is. So they get back with Tracy. Tracy asks, how did everything go? He reassures Sonia once again that he's going to do better. And so now we're at the blessing ceremony, right? So his family have given their blessing to the both of them. Honestly, when I looked at Miss Doris' face, I was like, I don't think she want to give her blessing, but okay, girl, you know, it's the show. We just gonna go do whatever we gonna do. So Sonia's mom and dad gave their blessing, but Jordan says he can't give his blessing. He can only give hope. And because of that, he can't for sure give his blessing. And I can respect that. Because once again, he feels like she is settling. I don't understand. If you can't trust the person that you're with, to not in a way, you know, that person is cheating on you, but in a way that they can do right by you, why are you with them? I think some people stay in hopes that that person do better, but that hurts you in the end. That hurts you because you're putting this expectation on somebody that they just cannot fulfill, rather than choose you and walk. Anyway, so y'all, baby, when I tell you this was messy, the cameras was in, you know, we seen the camera in the room with Michael and his Pissy Pamper grandmother, and we see that the grandmother didn't want to give her blessing. He actually told her what to say. The producers asked, the producers asked Michael, do you think your grandmother is genuine in giving her blessing? He says yes. I was like, oh really? So Sonia says she doesn't think that her blessing was sincere. And she says that goes back to the enabling. So Dora says in the confessional she wasn't going to give her blessing, but that's what Mickey wanted, and so she did whatever he wanted. Baby. So in the end credits, Michael is still playing video games, but has grown his business and no longer asks his grandmother for money. I bet. Sonia and Michael started individual and couples therapy and pushed their wedding date to focus on growth. And Michael is still struggling in his relationship with Janiyah. She is not returning his calls. And once this season go off, we really need to do a where are they now and what the hell has happened. Because between that situation from last week and this, baby, we need to know. Y'all, this was good. I don't know which one was better. But when I tell y'all, Family and Fiance be bringing it, these stories, woo child, they real. These are real people, real stories, real situations. All right. Anyway, I am all caught up on every video that I have. Okay. Tomorrow, I will give y'all RHOP, Reunion 1. We'll go over the looks, not too much, you know. It is what it is. And then we'll talk about Married to Medicine. Anyway, I love y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you have any comments, questions, and emotional outbursts, drop it in the comments below. And I will see y'all in the next video.